Outsourcing video editing to grow your personal brand can be extremely challenging. Believe me, I did all of the mistakes that you can imagine when I first started to hire my own content production team for my agency. Right now, we are at about like 10 people. So I'm confident you will be able to extract some of the main lessons that I learned from my mistakes and successes during this time. So kind of like the table of content. First, where to find high quality like video editors. The second thing, again, how to put like those foundations when hiring a person. And third, that I think it's even more important, I'll be sharing this at the end of the video. By the way, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Juan. I'm actually the founder of Hex Studio, and we are pretty much like a YouTube management agency that works with coaches and entrepreneurs to help them grow YouTube specifically. So if you might be interested in done for you YouTube services, please feel free to visit our website for more information, or just feel free to book like a call in the link below. But anyway, back to the video. So the first thing that I wanted to cover, how to find top quality video editors. Here, I would like to address something first. Most of us know already like all of these places, right? Like for freelancers, Upwork, Indie Jobs, Fiverr, going to Facebook groups. And indeed, it doesn't mean that those places do not work, but there are much more effective ways to actually get straight to the candidate that you want to hire. So I found that a lot of greatly skilled video editors are in this like gaming community. They maybe have background working for other like YouTubers. So they are not only skilled, super skilled, they are also like video editing, like their video editing style is specifically for YouTube, and like you can hire them for your own team, right? So some of the suggestions, find them in the communities where it is likely that they will be, right? For example, Discord communities. If you can find a Discord community that is around like gaming, or that is around more specific things of that audience. For example, think about like what type of software do your potential candidate or do the person that you want to hire uses, right? So Adobe Premiere, Adobe Photoshop probably, Adobe After Effects, all of this software. Try to find communities where people that are interested about those softwares will be. So again, like Telegram groups, Discord servers, like Reddit, all of these places, and you will be like just increasing your chances of actually finding someone that is the perfect fit for your team. So that's one of the suggestions. Also, this is actually like a trick that someone that I'm paying for consulting recommend me, and it's go to Twitter, and in Twitter just search like hashtags, right? Like video editing, freelancer, Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, all of these things. You'll find plenty of tweets of people not only like promoting their services, but also some people that is hiring for video editors, and in the comments you'll see like the comments floated by other people that is trying to apply for that job, right? So in that way you can just like see the profiles, see like the link in bio, their portfolio, see if you like them, and just like select specifically who is the people that you think will be a good fit for your vacancy pretty much, or for the job that you're offering. That will be some of my biggest tactics on where to find specifically the people that you're looking for. And now, second, make sure that you're always filtering people. This might be super like intuitive, but I'm surprised by how many people actually doesn't do it. But pretty much what we currently do is, first, we have like a form where we ask some questions that are important to us. So some things that will not only allow us to see the quality of the work and the skills of that person, but besides that, the character traits and their like level of interest, right? I found that this is extremely important, and I will explain more about like the character traits in a bit. So in the form, I will ask the candidate about like the experience, if they have used certain software we use within our agency, for their portfolio. For example, some more questions regarding how their peers will describe them, how will they describe themselves, what are some of the biggest strengths when it comes to like their video editing skills, the software, all of these things. And the good thing about these forms is that you are actually not only using them to specifically see like the information that you're asking for, but that will allow you kind of like already starting to see what type of person you are talking to, right? If you see that someone is doing just like the bare minimum effort, putting just 1, 2, 3 words to answer your questions, you probably see that that person is not engaged. Also, that help you to see if someone like what's the grammar, what's the language that they use, if they will be a good cultural fit. All of these things you can like implicitly conclude from a form, right? Besides that, we just have like an automation with Zapier. As soon as someone fills that form, we immediately send them an email with a test task. This is super important, and especially if we are talking about like video editors, because there's a lot of people that is not actually qualified and you don't want to waste time like doing projects for people that will simply not suit like the style that you want to write. So just assign them like a quick test task. Of course, I understand that we are trying to be respectful of each other's time. So just like, for example, our test task is pretty much providing reference on the video style that we want, providing a raw video, and saying if they want to apply, they need to edit just 10 to 20 seconds of that video based on that some parameters that we gave them based on the reference video, and that will allow us to see not only like the general skills but also how good they are to follow instructions. Because again, you'll find plenty of people that maybe it's a skill but it's not a good cultural fit. It's a skill but it's not good at grammar. It's a skill but maybe doesn't follow instructions as you mentioned in the test task, right? So we want to filter out that people to really select the best of the best. That's one definitely like a huge tip. Some of the most important things that I have implemented in my selection process when hiring, and that has definitely helped us like level up a ton in the past 8 months with our team. So definitely something that I would recommend to you. The second thing that I wanted to mention is a branding guide style. You don't need to do something like super fancy. It doesn't have to be something like super elaborated, but definitely if you can have like some at least parameters of specifically what is it that you want, that will definitely help you a lot and will help your video editor a lot in knowing specifically what is it that you want. Because sometimes we have like a vision in our head regarding what is it like that we want to see in the video editing, but we are not capable of actually explaining that, and we get disappointed with the results. But it's not even because of the skills of the candidate, but it's more because you didn't express what is it that you wanted exactly, right? So definitely like a huge recommendation in this site, just put like a branding guide. Could be like a document stating, for example, the font that you would like to use, the color scheme that you would like to use, what is the type of like music genre that you would like to use, what is like some video editing reference for the editor, and just like painting actually the picture of what is it that you want, so that we can make like smoother that process for the video editor, right? The third thing that I wanted to mention is kind of related, and you will see why, but it's pretty much like putting a document with at least you mentioned what are your specific expectations. Now comes back again to what we just talked about. I'm sure you probably guys have already heard about this. I can't remember who was that did this study, but basically what the study concludes is that 73% of the people that doesn't have like a good job performance is actually because the expectations weren't clear. So if we know this data, it's important that we use it to our advantage, right? In this case, just put like again a document if you can of some general expectations. So general, it's more like fast communication, making sure that is like a respectful interaction, making sure that we are always, for example, the video editor, you can say like he's always letting you know what's the estimated time of arrival or the specific time when he's going to be sending the video. All of those things are extremely important when it comes to like the grand scheme of things, the general expectations. And in the specific expectations, you can talk more about like the, for example, like what are the turnaround times that you also expect from them to be doing their own quality control process before submitting the videos, so that you don't encounter like multiple grammar mistakes, spelling mistakes, all of these things. So definitely that's crucial as well. And lastly, honestly, it's just a matter of providing like all of the tools and resources and information that your team is going to need in order to succeed, right? So make sure that if you have like SOPs in place for your process is perfect, provide those SOPs. Provide, for example, the subscriptions for your video editor to be able to take the B-roll, take the footage, take the music, all of that. Besides that, providing like support and guidance and assistance. I'll probably like put in the screen just like the processes that we currently have, some of them for you guys to see like what are our processes for selection, for onboarding, for making sure that everything like runs smoothly when we select and hire a candidate. So that's extremely important as well. And third, this is actually the thing that I mentioned to you guys that is going to be extremely important. I know that probably if you want to do your outsourcing process for video editing successful, you definitely need this. Once you already hired like your candidate, you selected, you like follow all of the process, you need to make sure that the onboarding process is as smooth as possible. I've heard like this advice has been given to me from some people that I look up to, and I definitely agree. Have already experienced the difference between not having a solid onboarding process for your team pretty much, and the difference between having it actually, right? So for example, if you are an organization, probably you guys, if are coaches and are just looking to get like just one team member, just a video editor, don't need like all of these fancy things, but just try to see how you can apply some of these concepts specifically for your scenario, for your case. Now, for the onboarding process, I would like to be more specific. I would like to go like in depth in what is it, like all of the structure that we currently use. And for this, I actually want to link another video. So guys, please feel free to click in the link that is popping out in the screen. I will be going in depth into what's exactly like our onboarding process for Hex Studio, so that you guys can copy it for your own case if you think that will be valuable for you. But yeah, anyway, those are like kind of some of the main things that I noticed for outsourcing successfully a video editing team. And again, guys, if you might be interested in done for you YouTube services, pretty much like to automate the whole process for your channel, feel free to like just reach out or visit our website. If not, I simply hope this video was valuable for you, and see you on the next one.